And the black car, 0-1, David Steele, has been shown as a second-place car. And meanwhile, we have a battle for third between the 50 of Andy Belmont and the 5 of Bobby Gearhart.
That's Andy Belmont, left side of your screen, the blue and yellow, the American Online machine. Former Rusty Wallace car. It was a Penske car that Andy Belmont purchased from them. Being shown in third position. There's the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place cars.
They're showing the 97 car of Ronnie Hornaday a lap down. And I tell you what, look at this, between 3 cars, 3 wide.
Kevin Counselor in the car number 19 on the bottom of the racetrack. That is Mike Harmon in the car number 6, and the youngster Hornaday is the meat in that sandwich right in the middle. Trying to stay out of trouble, keep his fenders off their fenders. Thus far, he's been able to do it.
Wow. Looks like common sense prevailed there. Ronnie Hornaday backed up just a little bit.
Caution flag waving once again as Chuck Weber, the car number 24, has had some contact with the wall. And that will bring out the caution for the 4th time today. They do not race back to the caution flag. There's Weber's car making it on the pit road. That'll slow them down and bunch them up once again.
Somebody didn't tell those guys they weren't racing back to the caution flag because they're 4 deep and 4 wide going through turn 3 over there. Because I think these guys, these drivers, don't know who they're racing. They don't know whether they're a lap down or they're not a lap down, and they're wanting to get everything they can get. And it's because the scoring's a little bit confusing right now that the drivers and the teams don't know what's going on.
But I do believe that Kurt Shelmerdine and these guys, according to the scoring monitor, that Shauna Robinson, Kurt Shelmerdine will maybe get a lap back. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. All I'm doing is guessing right now, so we'll just wait. There's that sandwich that Jerry Punch was talking about just a moment ago. Oh, and some contact between Kevin Counselor in the 19 and Ronnie Hornaday in the 97. Wow.
And riding along with Ronnie Hornaday under caution for the 4th time today. Caution coming out on lap 63. Chuck Weber's car having some contact with the concrete. Back with more in a moment.
The ESPY. Monday, February 14th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Be there.
We don't have much longer to wait. The pregame show's at 7:30 tomorrow night, and they'll start handing out the awards shortly after 8. Jimmy Smith's the host. It's at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, the 8th annual ESPY Awards. And flying high above Daytona International Speedway today, the Bud 1 airship, traveling 365 days a year, Budweiser's aerial ambassador salutes NASCAR. We are still under caution here at Daytona International Speedway, and a rather confusing situation because there are many of us that think Bobby Gearhart has to have the lead since he stayed out and caught the caution before he came in for the pit stop, but scoring isn't showing it that way. And Kyle is absolutely right. It's difficult for a driver out there on the track when you don't know who you're racing.
Oh, sure. You know, part of the game is you have to race the racetrack, but you're racing other drivers. And if you don't know if you're leading the race or racing for 2nd or 5th, it's really confusing. And as far as I'm concerned, I agree with Kyle and Benny that I thought Bobby Gearhart would end up being on a lap of his own after all of these pit stops shook out, but I guess not.
And Ray, I guess there's some discussion going on pit road too, huh?
Yeah, there really is, Bob. And Billy Gearhart, Bobby's brother here and the crew chief of this team, I listened to you on the radio. You were talking to Bobby saying, let's stay out there just a couple of more laps. The other cars came in and pitted. You guys stay out there, get the yellow. And I said, this may be just like 99 and be the break, but they're showing you not as the leader. How can that be?
Well, I'm not sure. The only thing I can think of is possibly the 95 was behind us when we pitted, or when the caution came out and he had not pitted. It seems to be a scoring error somewhere. We're also questioning some of these cars in front of us on the track that they say are on the lead lap in front of us, that they're actually a lap down. So we're just going to have to play the race out here and move up through, and I think it's our race here if we can. Actually, Ray, we had a very tight race car. We fixed it, made 3 major adjustments on the car. If it helps the car, we're in great shape.
Now, the 95 car did pit because I called the pit stop. He came in and got 2 tires, and a couple other cars got 4 tires. So I know he was in here, but I can't figure it out either.
And he has to be a lap down. You can't pit here and stay on the lead lap. Just can't do it.
That's what I figured. Now, a lot of cars said they had a loose condition. How in the world were you tight?
Well, we had set up for a really hot day, and you see, Ray, we got some overcast. It really hurt us. Our car is very fast, very strong, and we wanted to be on the tight side and make some adjustments. Unfortunately, we were a little tighter than what we thought we should be.
Okay, let's go to Bill Weber with an update on Kirk Shelmerdine.
Okay, well, after considerable discussion here in Shelmerdine's pit, they have allowed the 3 and the 39 also win around the pace car with the consent of the ARCA official in this pit. Not only were they not exactly sure where they were supposed to be on that restart, but when this most recent caution came out, Kirk's one of the smart guys that went by the rule book, got out of the gas, got passed by a bunch of guys, and then he was concerned he was going to lose that position. Phil Harris here in the pits remained very calm. He told Kirk just to stay there, keep following the pace car. We're talking it over. They're looking at it. I think they're going to wave you by, and they did. So this will put him back on the lead lap. But I don't think everything's sorted out yet.
There's Phil Harris, Kirk's crew chief, who was doing that lobbying a moment ago to get him waved by. Well, folks, what the scoring monitor is telling us is that we have 12 cars on the lead lap, and they are showing the car number 95 of David Keith as a leader, with Dave Steele, the 01 in second spot, Bobby Gerhardt third, Andy Belmont fourth, and the car number 6 of Mike Harmon in fifth spot. The last car in the lead lap was the car you just heard Bill mention that was waved by a moment ago. That was Kirk Shelmerdine.
And they're showing the 95 car. I know he made up some time when he went down through the grass making a pit stop, Kyle. But it's almost impossible to think that he gained that much time to be in the lead lap when the cars play can. Anyway, the ARC officials can sort this thing out, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to call David Keith the leader and the 01 car of David Steele in second spot.
All right, we are still working the 4th caution flag today as the laps are winding down here at Daytona. Less than 15 laps to go when we come back. Stay with us. Back at Daytona International Speedway, I'm Jerry Punch, along with Benny Parsons, Kyle Petty, Bill Weber, Ray Dunlap, and Bob Jenkins, getting set for what should be the shootout to the checkered flag. Now here's what they're showing as the top 10 as we get ready to restart with 69 laps. On lap 69, it'll be 11 to go. David Keith, Dave Steele, Bobby Gerhardt, Andy Belmont, and Mike Harmon in the top 5, with Amick Hill, Bob Strait, Robert Burrows, the rookie, and Shauna Robinson rounding out the top 10.
There's one more car, Danny Pardis, that they are showing on the lead lap. All these cars in the same lap racing for the victory.
Pontiac safety car leads it down.
Pace car's off.
The young man, David Keith.
Green.
There's the top 3 cars. Red, white, David Keith, the black, David Steele, and Bobby Gerhardt in car number 5.
You know, we're sitting here, we're having to call it like the 95 car is leading the race, because that's what scoring's telling us. But if I'm Bobby Gerhardt, I'm thinking I'm leading the race, and these 2 guys are the only 2 guys that are on the tail end of the lead lap. I've got everybody else to lap down. And that's why I say it's hard to race under these conditions like this.
Now here's Andy Hillenberg in the Discount Auto Parts Chevrolet, the Rulo Brothers car. He had come out of pit road. He came in a moment ago under the caution and was running wide open when the green came out. So he is catching the back of this field and picking them off one by one.
If there hadn't been other cars, he would really had a great run going there. We see Kirk Shelmerdine. I'm sorry, that's the 95 car, David Keith. So the red, white car. I thought we was looking at Shelmerdine. That's not the case. That's the lead pack.
Well, according to scoring, Keith is the leader, and they'll have 10 to go this time by.
There's Lyndon Amick in the blue and white, number 99. And here's Hillenberg still trying to continue towards the front.
This is the 50 car of Andy Belmont, America Online Machine. He is being shown in 4th position.
You hear him lifting just a little bit when that thing goes over the bumps.